He said, right now, where technology is in terms of what it can do, we are 2 years behind being able to harness that. So I want you to think about that. If we are 2 years behind of where technology already is, and we're grasping at trying to keep up, if you aren't trying to keep up, I want you to think about where you're going to be in 3 or 4 years. What is going on, everyone? Welcome, episode number 14 of the Innovative Seller Show. Today, I'm diving deep into a topic that is really helping to shape sales today and maybe shake up a few feathers, which we've been known to do, which is talking about your sales approach. And I'm going to dive into some sales trends. I'm going to dive into some tech trends that I think you need to think about if you're trying to modernize your sales approach. Okay. A lot of you might be feeling like, man, it's been a minute, or we've made a couple of little changes. You know, we've done some core innovations like we talked about last week. You know, maybe you're not hearing back from customers as much. You know, I've talked about this a ton of times, just how skeptical buyers are today and how much they're like, yuck, can you send me something? If you're just tuning in for the first time, I am Jake Dunlap, CEO of Scaled Consulting and Journey AI. And today, I'm going to double down on some of the things we talked about around social listening in the last episode. I'll talk a little bit about personalization and what that means in this new kind of tech-enabled AI world. So trust me, my friends, you're going to want to stick around for this, right? And don't forget, if you're following along on LinkedIn, make sure that you share this video, comment, let me know what you think as a part of this. You can actually watch the entire episode on YouTube, but I'm going to give you plenty of value here. So let's jump into sales trends. All right, so my friends, if you are not already, make sure that you subscribe to the channel. Make sure that you like the video, assuming you like the video. For all my new people finding us on YouTube and everyone else who's a follower, appreciate you. And let's jump in to sales trends. All right, my friends, let's get going. Episode 14, sales trends. I'm going to go deep here. I'm going to share 5 trends that are going to change the way that you sell today. The very first one, I talked about this on the last episode. I got a few questions about it, so I wanted to go a little bit deeper here, is you need to be monitoring the social channels of your prospects. They're active on LinkedIn. LinkedIn not only shows you what they post, it shows you what they like and what they comment on. My friends, there are tools that exist that can aggregate all of this for you, right? So imagine being able to tap into what these people are saying publicly, right? It's like having a little direct line to like how they're feeling or what they're interacting with. And I love this stat, you know, 62% of businesses that utilize social listening report improved customer relationships too. So this isn't just about booking new meetings, okay? It's about using social listening to better create relationships with clients. Next up is email personalization. Okay, this is a trend that I'm telling you right now, most of you are not doing email personalization. You're doing some weird form where you insert someone's first name and company and you're calling it personalization, which it's not, okay? And we see the data, right? For those of you that know, we do more sales engagement deployments than any company in the world. Our team does hundreds of them every year. And the one size fits all email blast is over, right? Even tools like MailChimp, right? They're using AI to better tailor campaigns, put in specific words and things that people are using, right? And so if you aren't using tools that are making things feel very, very, very personalized, you're going to end up in that spam folder, my friends. All right, what do we got for number 3? All right, number 3, we got AI-driven content creation. I want to just call this out. Content creation, not content deployment. It can help you create, and then you need to turn on your brain, okay? We've got a custom GPT, for example, called LinkedIn Post Support that's built for salespeople to help them generate ideas, right? And what we can do is we can use generative AI to get us started, and maybe it's around, you know, coming up with a clever way to interact with a new potential prospect or in the buying cycle. But I want you to think about using AI to help you do content creation, and then you turn your brain on and you do the final personalization, okay? Number 4 is trigger-based automations. Okay, there's tools like Pendo, Marketo, Outreach, some of these other ones where what they're continuing to do is say, okay, when this happens and this happens and this happens and this happens. And I think too many people are not focused enough on building more sophisticated plays based on when someone takes an action, then we're going to follow up with personalization. Instead, someone takes an action and then they just do even more, call it spamming. But there comes a point when you want the human in the loop. All right, last but certainly not least is customized recommendation. This stat is something pretty interesting I think you all should pay attention to. Businesses that implement personalized recommendations, right? And that can be, again, how you tailor your pitch, etc., have a 300% increase in conversion rates. How many of you have listened to your demo right now? How many of you are personalizing the demo? Again, all sales trends aren't about tech. Some of these are about the human side of it. So again, if you want to be successful in the personalized era, drum roll please, you have to personalize how you describe your product to that person. Okay, so that's what I've got for sales trends. There's 5 very meaty ones in there. Again, make sure if you're not already, I hope that was valuable. Make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, share it with your network, and let's get into some tech trends. All right, tech trends, one of my favorites. No, today I'm not only going to talk about ChatGPT or generative AI, although I could because most of you are not using it the way that you should. So instead, I'm going to stick on this personalization kick here. So I want to talk specifically about these tools and how you can use these kind of social listening tools and other tools in the B2B space. Okay, there's a tool right now. I don't know how many of you have heard of Path Factory, but go check out what Path Factory is doing, where what they are doing is saying, in the process, what content using AI should I be showing people to personalize to their experience? We're already used to this in B2C, but not enough people in B2B realize that you can use AI to flip the order of operations on the content. They just, I saw, acquired their biggest competitor, Uberflip. And what they're doing is helping marketers to say, you've created all this content, just give it to us. We're going to see what's working and what's not working. And again, here's a little nugget for you. 70% of consumers are more loyal to brands that personalize interactions as well too. So again, for a lot of you, think about whether it's, different tools like I talked before, Brand Watch, some of the other ones that can kind of get those social insights into there where you can personalize. Now you've got tools also like Path Factory that are going out there, and if you're a marketer out there, you're like, I've got all this content, when do I show what to who? They're doing the work for you. Okay, they're really taking a big load off of your plate in terms of being able to customize the right experience, right? I think a lot of us, when it comes to tech trends, for me, I'm thinking, who is doing the B2C plays in B2B? Because those are the people that are winning big time. Another tool I want to talk a little bit about is Crimson Hexagon and Cortex. Okay, and what they're doing is in this kind of AI-driven insights, trying to simplify a lot of this. Brand Watch, full disclosure, is actually a client of ours. This is not a paid sponsorship. It's already been a powerhouse in analyzing social media conversations. But now what it's really trying to do is look at a lot of like the deeper sentiment. I see a lot of intent database stuff that's based on, some intern from Microsoft visited a page about ABC and now you think they have intent. Well, sentiment can take it like 35 steps deeper. It's like these guys are actually posting about these types of things. These prospects are posting about these types of things, right? And so then you're really able to tailor some things that you're doing. Cortex is another one. It's an AI tool all about optimizing your content strategy, right? It deep dives into what content is resonating with your audience across different social channels, gives you tailored suggestions on what to post next. It tries to eliminate a lot of the guesswork. So again, a lot of these tools, the theme for today is personalization without you having to do all of the hard work. Okay, I think there's so many tools that exist today around social listening, around getting the right content in front of the right person, around being a recommendation engine for you or for your buyer that will help them to make a decision or help you to make a better decision. And then you turn your brain on and you do the customization. Okay, that is the new world that we're living in, is that the technology can aggregate, the technology can put things together for us. And now we can do the more fun value add stuff. We can look at the insights and go from there. So that's tech trends. That's what I got for you. There's a lot. Every other week, I try to come up with some new ones for you. Hopefully, this is some kind of insightful things that you can utilize now. As usual, make sure if you found value, make sure to like the channel, subscribe, and do all the other things that you're supposed to do. And I'm going to jump into our last section. We got a bonus section today. We did our first one last episode. We're going to do a little in the news. All right. So this article, and let's show this article up here, comes from TechFunnel and talks about how companies are optimizing the customer journey journey. If you've read the book Innovative Seller, you're watching the Innovative Seller show, so go buy the book. It's $20 on Amazon. It's a national bestseller, not just Amazon bestseller. I talk a lot about customized sales journey, and I want to talk about how AI is jumping in. And this article in TechFunnel really highlighted this, that right now that there's a lot of data that's starting to come out about hyper-personalized interactions, right? So forget about this linear journey. Instead, how am I showing up at the right place, at the right time with the right types of people or content for those people? Whether that's smart chatbots at the top of the funnel to get people more educated, predictive analytics, like I talked about in the last episode, and how that's helping people to focus in and being like, okay, chances are they might want to see this. So these aren't just shifts in, call it like how your sales team uses tech or how buyers buy, but we really have to have a much more, call it, dynamic customer journey. So for those of you out there, check out the article. We'll link to it as well too. It talks a lot about this. I thought it described it pretty well in terms of what people are doing to take advantage of that. So my friends, that's it. That's what I got for you. Episode number 14 in the books. Make sure to stick around though, as usual, every single episode we have some Q&A. So make sure in the comments, drop your questions. Make sure if you're on LinkedIn, you can DM me, and let's jump into it. So continuous learning for me is something that is just hardwired in me. It's something that, really since I came into the professional working force, it was kind of hardwired as reading books and doing other things and listening to people and trying to get better all the time and still, take that mindset with me. But as things evolve so quickly, and I'm going to give you guys a pretty scary stat. I was at a conference in New York a few weeks ago, and one of the speakers, he said, right now where technology is in terms of what it can do, we are 2 years behind being able to harness that. So I want you to think about that. If we are 2 years behind of where technology already is, and we're grasping at trying to keep up, if you aren't trying to keep up, I want you to think about where you're going to be in 3 or 4 years. So in today's world where AI is just evolving, our concepts of what's possible, our ability to work smarter, you can't help but be a continuous learner. If you are in sales and you're trying to hear about all of these things, I'm going to give you one quick one, which is, use one agent for each role. So for your sales development team, and again, obviously we have agents, you can build one yourself. You could say, hey, I want to help them cut down on their research time. Great, build an agent for that or use our agent. For your sales reps, I want to help them cut down on doing more research on the competition. Great, build an agent for that. So if you said, Jake, what's one core innovation is that every role gets one agent that saves them 2 to 5 hours a week. My friends, on the high end, that's almost a month of productivity. This is not BS, this is real. So that would be the one innovation I'd start with, one custom GPT for every role.